So, hi Lida. First of all, thank
Hey,
you so much for saying yes to Her Story with Shilpi. This podcast, this channel is not very big yet. I have just started, and you are the sixth guest, so it's still in top 10. So, I'll just take a moment to tell you that why I started this thing because it's been quite some time working with rural women entrepreneurs in India, and it is still into the eastern part of UP, one of the states in India. And while working with the women from the rural community, I also got a chance to meet the women who are from the cities and who have also traveled across, who are very well read, very well connected, and who have helped me a lot in building my understanding to ultimately help these women into their work. So I just thought that if I have such a good community of women, why can't I just take all their goodness with me and just put it in this podcast? And then I made a one day I just sat and made a list, and then uh, I then started reaching out to them, and most of them said yes, and that's how it started happening. So I'm very happy with this that most of them, and I sometimes I also say that this is not, I don't have much followers, etc., etc., but there are possibilities that even one woman can, or one young girl can listen to this if they can get inspired that our work is done. So yeah, but for this podcast I especially want to say, because somebody gave me this feedback in my last one, that why don't you ask people that if there is somebody who is listening, how they can collaborate with them, how they can take their help, or how they can help them if they are doing something of their own. So I would also request you that if you think that those who are going to listen this, they can collaborate with you, they can help you, or take help from you, how they can reach out to you. So maybe include that as well into this thing. But thank you so much for saying yes. That's true, in the first go, without anything. You didn't ask anything. What is it all about? Nothing. You just said yes. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, welcome to the channel. And my first question would be is that, first of all, tell me, how many languages do you know, and how do you have managed to learn so many languages?
and thank you, Shilby. It's so nice to be here with you. And I wish you best of luck with your podcast, and I'm sure it will grow bigger and bigger because this is the voice that you're putting for women and globally, and it's very important. I speak, my native language is Dari. I speak Dari Farsi, Pashto, English, Urdu, and Hindi, and a bit of Baluchi too. So
Wow.
these are the languages I can speak, read, and write.
Wow, so I can just speak only three. That's too, like, I can speak Bhojpuri, I can speak Hindi and little, and English, like, some sort of. But that's a lot of languages, like half a dozen. So that must be helping you a lot in dealing with and having conversation with women from, at least the Asian women, like very, confidently and very, comfortably, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks to Bollywood movies, right? That made me to learn Hindi, and I was watching a lot, and
Right.
soap opera.
All right. So tell me, Rita, you are all. I mean, you're a champion of women empowerment, and you yourself are a very inspiring personality. Tell me about little Lida, who was growing up, and how she was, and what actually has made her choose this career pathway, where she chose to become somebody else who would empathize with women and actually help them, women across not just Afghanistan but across world, to shape their career and come and get that opportunity. So tell us something about that.
Yeah, thank you. So when I think about who I am today, and growing up in Afghanistan, and witnessing that both women and girls, they have potential, but at the same time there was a lot of limitation placed on them, right? So that is, I saw that women were incredibly capable, ambition, resilient, but at the same time, they did not have the same opportunities to make choices, about their education, about career, and about their life. So those experiences really made me to understand from the early age that talent is everywhere, right? And but what is not there is the opportunity. Both boys and girls are born in the same family. They grow up in the same family, but the opportunity that's given to boys are different than the girls. While both may have similar dream, or even the girls may have a bigger dream and vision to go higher, but they don't have that choices and opportunity to make those choices for themselves. So that is where my journey has taken me. And when I started learning more and meeting more women around the world in Afghanistan, and then learning more about their experiences, their life, it made me to really think about leadership isn't about just having a position or being in somewhere, but it's more about creating opportunities and possibilities for yourself and others, more importantly for others. So that's how everything came along for me in my life. And obviously, coming from a very ambitious family, I'm the youngest family member in my family, a sister. So I had all these amazing sisters and brothers that they were inspiration for me. And my mother herself, she always pushed all of us to do more and do good for your community and for yourself and for people. So that really helped me to shape where I am today, and also help other women and create those opportunities, because I believe that leadership is not about just having that title. It's more about what I can do, what opportunities I can create, and how I can create those. So for me, it is like mostly about the how to create those opportunities for people who do not have those opportunities, and how to bring those changes to be able to help their communities and countries. And mainly, it shaped me like women are not like my thinking was shifted the way that women are not in need. They know what they want. They know, but the only thing is how I can create those the access they need, the opportunities, the resources they want, and how I would be that catalyst to help them out.
Okay, so a related question to this, that was there a point when you in your life that you decided that now I have to work on gender inequality and make it an equal opportunity world consciously, or you wanted it from like since childhood, or was there some some striking point that made you feel like this is my pathway and I'm going to do that?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. So there were a few things. And when I was very young, I wanted to be a doctor, because I
Oh,
mean, like many people in countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India, we always wanted to be doctors, right? So that was my dream, and my sisters and brothers, brother was were a doctor, so that's why I was like, okay, I want to be a doctor too. And then later on, when I saw the all these gender inequality and the access to finance, I also thought it's good for me to have my own business, because then I will be economically independent, and I wanted to be business owner. But then suddenly, when I was in a workshop, it was called gender basic training, and it was the first time I started like learning about in a proper textbook and meeting more people. And that's the time that everybody, they were talking about the issues of like women cannot do this, women cannot do that. Majority of women are cannot access the legal system. Majority of women or girls are cannot go to school. It was kind of shocking for me because I did not grow up in such a family. So even I heard that girls are not allowed to eat in the same
Food.
dining table with the boys. So that is where it shaped me. Like, okay, what I have is an asset because a lot of these people in my community, they don't have it. So why I should not also support the initiatives that are supporting women's and girls. So why I'm sitting and being like almost privileged, like you don't feel like you're not allowed to sit on the same table. You don't feel like, okay, how I would feel if my brother sit and eat food and I'm not allowed to eat that food. So I was like, no, this is what I want to do. And I really want to help those young girls. Then I started working on this women's economically independent programs and initiatives. And then I learned also meeting them every day. I learned that how important this work is. I'm not helping only a girl or women. I'm helping communities to thrive, to grow, and to really have a better future. So that is how it shaped, and slowly it became my dream, and it became the vision I wanted to help. And as I grew in my career, I helped more women, more than 30,000 young women. I met them, I worked with them, I helped them to, I understood their problems, like women, all those young women were just finishing from school. They didn't have a bank account, and it was so difficult to open a bank account because it required, like, at that time, $200 in Afghanistan to open a bank account. And I had to meet all those bank accounts, bankers in different banks. And it's like, these young girls, they just graduated from school, they cannot have money to put on their bank account to have. So how we can help these younger to have their bank account. So all those issues that I have learned from women themselves help me to give back to the community and help and find a way to help these young women by, as I said, help them to access resources, help them to access the opportunities, give them the network. So were some of the issues that women are still facing. So that's how it helped me
I'm
to
sure you
be
must be
where.
very, you must be having a very contentful, I mean, say, not just career and day, but it's like a life in a way whenever you are, because just, touching the lives of 30,000 women means something, So, one thing that I see, or, now we have been using for so long, it's been decades, and we are still saying that women are to be empowered, right? There are also controversies that no, women are already empowered, we don't need to empower them, we just have to let them do what they want to do, they know what they want. Then there are some questions that women are the custodian of culture, so by just talking them, having the financial freedom is just also kind of uh, destroying the culture. Somewhere this kind of discussion is also happening. So there are different discussions, different I would say, uh, how do you put it, like there are different meanings which is coming out of women empowerment, this word empowerment. But what do you think is the real meaning of empowerment to you when we say women empowerment? Do you believe that they're already empowered, or how do you define it in your own terms, like?
So I think the better question would be, what is preventing women who already have talent, ambition, to exercise their power, right?
Right.
So it is not like I'm giving you something. It is just the prevention of all this structure barrier that exists currently in around the world. So there's this big gender gap. It is not because there is women do not want to be powerful, right?
Yeah.
It is power exists within. So I would always say, like, we have to provide women with to make their meaningful choices about their life, about their career, and how we do that. We provide them with the resources, software, power skills, confidence. We give them network. We give them system that they are allowed to act on those choices. So that's how I see the empowerment piece of it. Empowerment means that for me is being a circle of powerful women. So it is within, so you cannot give people something, and it comes with those opportunity that we have, and we exercise them, and we get them. Look at, like, now, the case of Afghanistan, and it's 5 years. Taliban is there. It's 5 years. Girls are not allowed to exercise their rights. Are those women not empowered? They are power. They have the power, internal power, but there's no opportunity for them. They are just erased from every part of the society, and that is where they cannot do anything, because there's a structure barrier, there's laws that are enforced on them, and they cannot access those opportunities as they should be. So that's how I see income, as you mentioned. Income alone isn't empowerment. Or a leadership title isn't an empowerment, that we say, okay, we put women in this position, in this title, they're empowered, or we give them a quota system of 30 persons to be in parliament, which they have done for Afghanistan. It is not an empowerment, right? If women earn money, they have to make choices. They have to decide where they want to spend. If they have inheritance from their parents' family, they have to. They should be able to access those. They should have a voice to make an important decision about their personal life, professional life, their property or asset they have. Those, I think, we have not fully achieved yet around the world. So
Yeah.
I would say, if I have a choice, I have a voice. If I have a voice, I can access resources. If I can access resources, I have the power to act. So I would put it that way.
Okay, interesting. Um, I have now two questions which are very interrelated. That one is that I think you have worked with more than 15 women from across the world, and I think more than 15, 20 countries. And do you see some similarities, or if you see any pattern which is being there across wherever you see the situation of women not doing great, or at par with men? And you you might have taught them many things, but what top three things that you have learned from them, which you couldn't learn from any textbook because it's not there, but it is just because maybe in a subtle conversation, or maybe experience or observation or something that must have, taught you something. So these are the two questions I would like to know.
Thank you. So one thing I've often heard and have seen, like, a woman needs to be fixed, right? This is a misconception. When you bring women together, they have to receive training and to be fixed. The leadership style of women should be different,
Yeah.
because women should not be more assertive, but they have to have the leadership skills. They should
Yeah.
not be bossy, but they should be a proper leader, or women should be confident but not intimidating others, right? Women should
Right.
be ambitious but not too much ambitious. So these are like a misconception that I've always heard so many times, and that's how when I worked with different cultures, when women came, the one thing that really got them back was like, do I deserve to be here? And then that question always comes from every woman. And like, I'm in this position, but do I deserve it?
That's
Always
imposter
questioning
syndrome, it's
yourself.
too much of imposter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's always questioning themselves,
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
questioning themselves.
Yeah.
But for me, one thing that I really learned from all these women that I've worked with is the humility that I went there to work with them, to help them to grow their business or to do how to expand their businesses or what should be their leadership style. But in turn, I came back and I was like amazed, like women can make things from nothing.
Yeah.
They grew
Yeah.
their businesses from nothing, basically. For example, in Suriname, there were women that they needed a little bit of access to information and resources, which we helped. And then they started their businesses. They were among like 30 people applied for a loan in a bank, and they were the one out of all those 25. There was men and women, but these two women we worked with got a loan. And she next year when I traveled back, she opened another product line and she expanded her business. So out of zero. So that is where the ambition, the resilience, and the power that women have, they can make out of nothing something. And that's what I learned, that give women very little, they turn it to something so beautifully and so amazingly that we have never dreamed of. And that's what I learned. And then second thing is definitely the being humble, being the humanity, how we care about it, and how we do not only think about ourselves individual, but also the community and the family they are living in. It's very common and all over the world that I work with women. It's not like these women are different from others. So they are amazing financial advisor, if you put it that way. They know how to save money,
Yeah.
but they have to have those resources and opportunity to save it and invest properly.
Yeah. Right. So, I mean, I'm just thinking that one can't imagine like a home that a house can run without a woman, with its budgets, financing, resourcing, everything, and also taking care of the family. But the same women, when they are to just go outside the home, there are like a lot of questions being thrown at them that, would you be able to do this? Would you be able to do that? And that's how this whole lot of imposter comes, that we also start questioning ourselves, that did I deserve this? Did I have I kind of gained this, or it's just that just I got just because I'm a woman, right? And that also
Exactly.
that it also comes like to many accomplished women, and I also feel like that if one person says that oh, she must have got because she is a woman, we start putting our maybe like 500% into that there should not be an iota of doubt. But maybe I feel like this, and then sometimes I also feel that are we doing good to women, or is it into their good faith or not? Because in this whole thing of getting into this, having a voice, there's double pressure on women. There are many families where it's like very distinctive, saying that if you want to do something, get your chores done. For that, if you have to wake up at 3 a.m., it's your job. But get the chores done, then you do have to do in that defined boundaries, and then you have to come back, and then again you have to do all the chores. So sometimes I just feel like, isn't it too much? Isn't it like too much of burden? And then we also say that, oh, some women are so aspirational. She has also done it by managing the family and all, and you can't do it. You are just making excuses. And I feel like, why it just can't be so simple, so obvious that okay, if you want to do something, you can do that. So yeah, I get you. I think maybe you might also have felt it, and I'm not just saying that it is all about the women who are not coming from economically, strengthened family, but also the women who are very well off, family who are very well off, who are very educated, who are very much connected. The mindset is like that. So the question is that, what do you think the role of a family has in enabling a woman to achieve what she wants and how she wants, and especially the role of male counterparts in the family, how they shape, how they can come forward? Because no matter how much we keep, supporting women, we also have to have, somewhere nudge the ecosystem, the community, the family first, because everything starts with the family. So what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, I agree with you. I mean, like in terms of like all the pressure on women's modernized pressure that is put on under for women, like literally, it's creating more separation rather than helping women. And I think it's important. Family is extremely important, but also the family, the equal partner that you have, there should be an understanding that both men and women could not do everything
Yeah.
the same. Sometimes women are making are stronger in certain decisions they are making. Sometimes men. It's not one or another, right?
Yeah.
So it's equal partners. So how that will shape our life in future, it comes definitely from the childhood that the parents are raising their boys and girls. It is not only important that the girls should know about all these issues, but also about the women's gender equality and women's rights. But it's also important that it those information are shared with boys too.
Yeah.
So if your male champion within the families are extremely important, both for boys and for the girls that are living there. So if we're living in a family where the man women goes every day work and come back and the man beats the wife, right? So what I will give that is like listen to the kids that are in those families. So it will definitely impact the life of kids. Like the boys will learn this is how my father is behaving toward my mother, or this is how my mother is behaving toward my father. So that will already destroy the entire structure of the family. And as it goes further, it will that boys will grow up, will work with different people in the society, will also marry and will have children. So it will have like a ripple
Yeah.
effect as it goes to different generation. So I think it is the family values to normalize that they working with your wife is not a problem within supporting your wife or daughters in their house chores is not an issue. It's not a problem, but it's also give a proper mental health to men because men will also get tired when they come to family. If they cook together, they will enjoy it together, right? They will speak, they will talk. It's a more like a family bond
Yeah.
time, and then also it will help both men and women to share their frustration of the day. I would see that if we put more the women's issue on a positive side, how it will help the community once women are economically independent, how they will help the families, and how they will raise better children for the society. It is not the issue of man and women or boys and girls. It is the society. It is how we want to shape our society for the future, where the machine is taking all over, the AI is taking over. So what is remaining is the emotional connection, the critical thinking, the empathy that we have for human being, and how we wanna keep that one alive while supporting each other within the family. I think that's where things will shift, because now we are in a fight that men are better than women, or women are better than
Yeah,
men. Men are the family breadwinner, or women are the breadwinner, but we don't see like, no, it's an equal partner,
yeah.
and it is partnership of two people coming together, making a family, are supporting the community, helping their kids together, because they have the family together, and it's not about who or what, it's about how we want to make better communities and good future for our kids and communities. So that's how I would see.
So, I mean, this whole thing that you've shaped, like you just mentioned, that it's all about balance, finding that fine balance, and also giving, I would say, importance to both what both the partner is bringing to the table, or both the gender, or like many genders which are bringing to the table, but not just that somebody who is just bringing the money is the ultimate, I would say,
Exactly.
ultimate resource that is needed, but all empathy is also needed, emotions are also required, care is also needed, and maybe we can't just quantify all those things, but that is equally important, right? And that's what women can naturally bring to the family, to the community, to the society. So the question is that, Lida, you are director at Counterpart International, and it's not a small responsibility, right, to have such a big responsibility. um, what do you do to ensure that you are not just a successful director but a successful leader, right? What does a meaningful leadership means to you, and how do you, kind of shaped yourself or learned it so much that now you are leading that position? Just tell us something about that, because I'm sure many women who are going to listen this would love to know that I also have to be something like that, to reach that position. It matters to all of us, so how they can do it, how you would have done it.
Well, thank you for that. That's so nice of you. I often see success as a personal. I never see it as something that I would say this is who I am. My fight is always with myself,
Yeah,
and how I can be a better version of myself. That's the first thing I do. And I always see leadership as a relational, like, yeah, the way I work in, I have seen so many extraordinary women in my career, successful. They built successful businesses, they grew their businesses, they are reaching different positions, and the leader goes beyond that, right? That those
yeah.
successes, the opportunities that you create for others. That's how I see as a leader who is responsible for a portfolio to make it impact around the world. And I also see that always, how can I bring other women who are better and smarter than me, and who how can help each other. And I always say sisterhood is powerful, and that's what I believe in it. And I think that's how it made me a strong person where I am, from where I came and where I am today. And I think also for me, the emotional intelligence and self awareness helped me so much to understand where I'm going, what I should and what I should not do it. That really helped me. And besides that, sometimes you need people to tell you, oh, you're doing good, you're doing great. And I do not need that kind of like things. I just do the work without anybody tells me if I'm doing great. And when I see that I get a message in the morning or evening that, hey, Lida, I grew my business. Now my revenue has increased this much. That gives me a lot of internal satisfaction. And that's where I believe that my work that I do, I have the responsibility to not harm the people I work with, but make sure that the opportunity that I have, I give it to them so they can also reach to the dream they have. I bring all those amazing women with me to make a difference in the world. So that's how I see creating a space for everyone, or where I work with for those I work, without being afraid, like, oh, this person is smarter than you. What do you do if that person is no? And where if the people need mentorship,
Yeah.
I'm the first to mentor them to make sure they reach where I am there. And I'm happy to also share with you if anybody would like to be mentored on my free time. I'm happy to support them. And please reach out to me with any citation. So I will be more than happy to work with you and help you to achieve your dream.
Can I ask one or two more questions if your time allows? I know you have a hard stop, but I just want to and keep talking to you because a lot of things that you said is making a lot of sense. So one question, and the last question I will ask in Hindi to test your Hindi. So you said that sisterhood is very important, and how to also try to work with somebody or have somebody who is smarter than you. These two things are, I think, easier said than done, right? Very difficult because not only just it's being said, but it's also being observed that uh, women gets competitive. I'm not saying that men don't, but I'm just telling about the women that they get, they get competitive. And then also I think not everybody knows the art of identifying that okay, this person is smarter than me, and that's why that we should have that person, because ultimately that person will help. So how would you identify, that this is the smarter person, and say suppose you should hire that person because they are smarter than you, right? And related to that, the second question is that um, how do you identify a right mentor for yourself? How do women, can actually hone their skills in networking? Because I feel I myself have found out that once you have the right mentor, the right networking skills, you can actually go places. So how do somebody can do that, especially women who have not seen much, not have much exposure, and sometimes they are also not being able to distinguish that some who is giving them the right mentorship, or who is just making them feel comfortable for a shorter period of time so that they can be their favorites. So this happens a lot in offices, in everywhere, each workplace and everywhere around. So what do you think, how women can navigate and be smarter to whom to pick?
Thank you. So the way I see it, people are when they are in certain positions or leadership positions, people think they know everything, right? So that is the main problem. For example, first, a lot of technical areas, a leader cannot know everything.
Yeah.
So for that reason, for that particular area, you need people who know,
Yeah.
and they know that technical specificity, the technical issues. For example, if you're a director and you need to manage a certain budget, and as a director, you don't have that in-depth capacity on how to manage budgets, how to run the budget, how to make sure that your department is not going out of the budget. So you need a person, right? And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I know better than the other person. It means that I bring the right person who knows more than me, but I'm feeling comfortable bringing that person
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that person makes the team job easier, right?
Yeah.
So that is where, when we are talking about bringing smarter people than you, or having people who complements your skills, that is where people would understand this is the gap I have, and I'm not ashamed of it. I know that I cannot do this job myself. That's why I need other person who's smarter than me in this area, but I need the person to come and work and help me, right?
Right.
So that is where it is. And then if the same person, you would see that the person you hire, she might be excellent in budgeting, but might have a lot of limitation in some technical areas. For example, she might not be a good facilitator, right? Or community organizer or convener.
Yeah.
So what you do is through mentorship, formal mentorship, you help the women, or informal mentorship through your work, to help the person, give them a smaller job and help them how to do that. And then that person will learn more skills. So that's how I see. The second part of your question about the mentorship, how to pick the right mentor and mentee, is basically what I have seen from my experience. People still don't understand or cannot differentiate between mentorship and coaching. That's
Yeah.
why they end up with a, or even sometime winding or mental health support,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of pressure on women. They just need somebody to share information or to do a mental load, right, on the other person, while these three are different. So you cannot just combine them and expect that your mentor can do it for you. The
Yeah.
first thing I would advise women and girls to break down what actually they are looking for. In the program that we worked, and like I was leading it with the team, we found like it took like 2 months to really help women to understand what's their role for mentorship. And it was a formal mentorship program, because women came with this ideology, or girls, they came with this ideology that I will sit with another woman and I will just throw all my problems in that mentor. But this is not how it works.
Yeah.
Mentors, you have to know first, as a mentee, what I'm looking for, and what is my goal, how long, how much time I have, and what do I want to achieve out of that. And then your mentor job is, you will look whether those mentors have the area, or technical. If you're looking for something technical, then the person, your mentor, has the technical expertise. Or if you're looking for a mentor to create an opportunity for you through networking, that is that person the right person? So you have to look that the match between mentor and mentees are accurate. Otherwise, it will never work, because we just go and share and meet and talk, and then we feel like light. Okay, I'm done. At least I feel light. But you put your mental load on somebody else's shoulder, which is not there to help you with. And then that person also leaves. Okay, this person needed somebody to just listen to, and that's where the mentorship goes wrong. So that's where I feel it goes wrong, because of that reason. The way I do mentorship, if I need a mentor, I'll go and ask, first, do you want to be my mentor? Second, I say, I chose you because I need the ABCD from you. Will you be able to
Yeah.
do that? And if the person's saying no, I'm like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Even if that person is my friend, because that person will know their limitation also on the other end.
So, I mean, it is very important to somewhere also do our homework and be very specific about our ask, And there is
Yes.
also, I think, I have observed that asking the right question to ourselves first, that what I want and by when I want to do this, and then the question comes that how do you do it. This is also something that I'm just not saying about that women, but we just talk about women so well, that we don't we have to, I mean, the women who are just going to be into the leadership roles or like just starting, we also have to learn that how to ask the right questions, how to go into the specificity of what we want, and how to also make it time bound, because sometimes I feel that we get driven by the emotional thing that we have, and then somewhere the maths get disturbed, which comes uh, with the business, you know and then we don't track that, and then it all goes everywhere, and hence this is my maybe my just assumption or something, then hence I feel like the women remains, because I mostly work with the women entrepreneurs, we remain micro nano mini business owners, but not something that being able to scale and all. So I could be wrong, but what do you think? Do you think that, have you also observed the same thing, or have you observed something differently?
I would not put that on women. Women have ambitions. Women want to scale their business. I've seen many women in Colombia, in Suriname, in Nigeria, that they want to scale, right? But there is a structure problem for women. They cannot access capital. So if they cannot access the capital to receive a huge loan, how they will be able to grow their business? So you need those structure in place or opportunities in place for you in order to grow your businesses. Women have ideas, women have ambition, women struggle a lot with collateral. I have seen many women, they had similar idea of Uber in different countries. They put together, but they started and it became so small because there was no further fund for them available, capital to access through banks. But now with the cryptocurrency, that you need a trust, you need a network. Women do not have that network.
Yeah.
Women do not have those relationships. So how would you think that women could grow their businesses while it is? I do not see it's their fault. I see the structure. The infrastructure is not there for them. The laws are not allowing them. The cultural barrier, the network is more importantly the network that should help them to get those collateral capital that doesn't exist for them, unfortunately.
Okay. So very much. Thank you very much for having this discussion with us, and also, I'm really looking forward to this program, Global Women in Management, and big congratulations to you and the team and the Counterpart International for doing this. I think it's going to be the 26th batch this year, if I'm not wrong.
76, yes.
Oh, 76 batch. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow. Such a big number. So, yeah, I'm looking forward even to meet other women as well. But one thing to test your Hindi, that is, क्या आप कभी इंडिया आई हैं, और इंडिया में जो महिलाएं आपको सुन रही होंगी, उनको आप क्या संदेश देना चाहती हैं, और यहाँ की कौन सी चीज़ आपको पसंद है सबसे ज़्यादा, खाने में या पहनने में, या फिर यहाँ का क्या ऐसा है जो आपको सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद है?
मैं इंडिया आई थी 2008 में.
Big time.
कभी कभी like 4 or 5 times. मुझे इंडियन कपड़े बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं. They are so beautiful, so beautiful. मेरे पास बहुत ज़्यादा इंडियन कपड़े हैं. मेरे फ्रेंड्स इंडियन हैं. और पानी पूरी मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं.
Oh, you're a pani puri fan.
Yeah. There's Indian restaurant close to our office and also close to our own. and we eat like every other month there. So yeah, मुझे बहुत एक बिरयानी बहुत अच्छी लगती है और एक और चीज़ है जो मुझे बहुत दाल मखनी बहुत अच्छी थी.
Wow. So I think I would love to have you in India and host you here. I don't know when, but I would love to do that, and also uh, make you meet our women and see their work, etc. But what do you like? What a message you would like to give them, even those who do not have yet that opportunity? Those infrastructural barriers are still there. Those community cultural barriers, I would say, or the contexts are still there. Still, they have to make it in this life only. They can't kept waiting. So उनके लिए क्या मैसेज है कि जहाँ भी हैं वो जैसे भी सिचुएशन में हैं और जो भी रिसोर्सेज उनके पास हैं उसमें से भी कैसे वो अपना रास्ता बनाएं.
I think India has amazing women activists, and please look upon them. They work for you, they help, they really fight for you, and that's really important. And also, take a small step. जहाँ भी है, अगर आप एक विलेज में है और एक शहर में है और एक big cities like Mumbai में है, तो take a smaller step and start from there. You never know when it takes get you to where you want to be, and that is the beauty of life, right? And the country India is amazing in terms of democracy, supporting each other, and it's important to give more awareness to your children. Like अगर आप माँ है, अगर आप एक विलेज में है तो first अपने आप को बहुत you have to feel very important because you're a mother. The second part is have access to information because there's a lot of information out there in different languages, including Hindi and different languages. India, learn about journey of different people and how to help your kids and child. I've watched a lot of documentary from India, and some of them are not so good, and it's heartbreaking. And the rape that's happening there, the sexual harassment that's happening there, that's where I hope a country like India should not happen because there's great people over there. So that's my one advice for mothers to take care of themselves, take care of their kids, teach their daughters small things and steps, and I'm sure next 20 years they will be in better place.
Thank you so much, Lida. And yeah, so take care of yourself and keep leading like this and inspiring women and transforming their lives. And I hope to see you in person very, very soon. So take care and bye.